Alright, back with another video. It's just been really difficult making content because I've been having technical difficulties and slow mail days. I've gotten a few things in which I wanted to record, but those videos have since kind of passed. I don't know. I have a hard time uploading videos that are like 2 and 3 days old. I just don't really feel like it, and sometimes they just don't get recorded very well for whatever reason. I had like sun shining on there. I tried to do a coin collection review, and it didn't work out very well because the sun was washing out all the coins. You know, the silver coins and sun don't really work that well. But I wanted to show some things that came from the Goodwill bins. It's always chaos there. There was a row that I missed that had some great stuff in it, but unfortunately I got to it last. Found a bunch of vintage G.I. Joe stuff from the 80s or early 90s. So I got a couple of figurines. There's one, and I don't know who these guys are. I would not ever be able to tell you who these guys are. I have no clue. But they did say Hasbro on them, so that's neat. And then I got a whole pile of like little backpacks and accessories. You know, these might be from Sergeant Rock, the helmets. They don't seem to fit. Or some other kind of, they say China on it, so I don't really know. But just a bunch of little, you know, backpacks and accessories and goggles and all kinds of stuff there. Doesn't really have a ton of value, but it's better than nothing. I mean, these helmets, I don't know why people don't grab this stuff, because it only weighs barely a fraction of a cent. You know, and some of these helmets, if you found the right one to the right character, that could be a $5 piece right there all day long, easily. And some stickers, I don't need to show those. I've seen this on TV, the sort of the edited version, The Faculty. It was creepy enough. I don't know, it was okay. Just don't know why I watched it, but I was just kind of interested to see how it ended. So Elijah Wood, so The Faculty. This is a button, mind you. Then I grabbed this and I threw a bunch of bubble wrap on there. I like to get bubble wrap, and oops, I didn't get that off of here. This was covered in tape in the back of it. It's kind of stuck here. Somebody originally wanted 20 bucks for this thing, and I don't know if it was worth 20 bucks. They did a poor job. They found a really nice frame and a really nice picture image there of Santa Claus there. But the thing was is that they put tape all over on the back here. Then there was masking tape all over the back of it here. And then they had taken this ancient postcard here. I want to get that piece of cardboard out of here, but it's stuck with the tape, unfortunately. I wanted to show you this postcard here. See if I can get to the back of it here. I get this tape. This tape is really impossible to remove. I should have done that before the video, but I wasn't thinking here. This tape is not coming off here. That's really very, very strong tape. I don't care about that piece of cardboard, because anybody that worth their salt would use an acid-free piece of cardboard. If they're going to charge $20, don't use $20 worth of tape and shoot yourself in the foot there. Get this little pin out of here. They put those pins in poorly, they just fell right out. Get this piece of cardboard off of here. Let's see. Still stuck with lots and lots of tape. And finally coming out of here. But they did a dumb thing here. You know, you're supposed to conserve things. Somebody had marked this postcard at $20 at some point. I'm not sure exactly why, but there's a $20 price tag there, and there's a bunch of stuff on it. The stamp has been torn off here, so it was a perfect candidate for framing and mounting. But what they've done is they scotch taped the postcard in there. Anybody who is a conservator of postcards may or may not want it in the frame, and the scotch tape on there, they would probably just chuck this across the room if you're a postcard collector. I don't know why the stamp got torn off there, but it was like done on purpose at some point. $20 for a postcard is a little bit much, even though it's a Santa Claus postcard. So it's a nice frame job on the front, but they did a hack job on the back. So you can see a bunch of garbage on there. So this has to be all redone. So I tried to get rid of that piece of cardboard because it all adds to my weight. But anyway, there is that piece of interesting thing. I'll try to clean that up and fix that. I got a mountain of tape residue to come off of there, so that's never fun. If I was trying to resell that, unfortunately, I could probably barely get $5 out of it, because people are always going to wonder if it's real or not, you know, and it's a real vintage postcard. Here's a kind of a cool book. There was a lot of vintage, I want to say vintage, but 80s and 90s books, and I always look for 70s, 80s, and 90s books. Very, very hard to find. Super hard to find. I'm not sure if everybody thinks 80s and 90s stuff of everything is worth a lot of money, but unfortunately, these books were not in very good condition. I got to pay 50 cents for kids' books. The stores that have since closed were only 25 cents for kids' books, and I think that's really a fair price. 50 cents because the cover's all banged up with stickers. Most of them had names on them, but I grabbed this one because it might be a difficult to find book here. Aliens for Breakfast, seen on the ABC TV special by Jonathan Etra and Stephanie Spinner, illustrated by Steve Bjorkman, and that is Ben Savage there from Boy Meets World, before Boy Meets World. This says it's copyright 1988, but I'm not 100% sure that it actually is. I don't really know. It looks newer than that. But it says, don't miss the McDonald's Family Theater. So this book was originally $3.50, and it's all beat up. But you know, some of these TV covers, again, I don't know. This could be worth absolutely nothing. 50 cents could be. I've got to be very, very careful in peeling that sticker off. You start to peel that sticker off, and the laminate comes off the book, and then you've just added. You removed another 50 cents. One of the most frustrating things about the bins is that sometimes you see something that you want and the workers are taking away the merchandise, and I found something I was trying to grab, and then at the last second he took the thing away and I couldn't reach, and there was a ton of these 8x10 sheets here. I need those, like a mountain of them, and usually they ask you, are you done, sir, or you want to grab something? And he didn't. He just jerked the bin away, and I was only able to grab 5 of the pages before he took that away. You know, there would have been plenty of pages from my project, but now I have to go and get more at some point. So that's very frustrating. So I should have a few more over here. I want to say there's the rest of them. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got a whopping 6 pages, and I got something like 18 photographs arriving, and I don't have enough room for them. I hate to double back them. I really am not going to do that, but I don't want to get them lost or damaged. The next thing I picked up was this record here, and it's really again, the bins can be very frustrating. You have some good friends that shop there, and everybody likes to help each other, but some people are Debbie Downers and stuff like that. My friend, he said, oh, those were here yesterday, you know, or I already saw those, you know, oh, that's junk, you know, and stuff like that. And it really says, like, well, what am I, chopped liver? So what am I supposed to do? Oh, because it was here yesterday, I'm supposed to, like, say, oh, darn, throw it back? Ridiculous. So anyway, this does not have a dust jacket, or does not have a cover, and it was getting all scratched up from the bins. But he said he had, he poo-pooed the records I found. But he said, well, but from the ones that you got from yesterday, I got this one, this one, and this one, and this one. I mean, well, that's great, dude. I mean, I'm happy for you. But, you know, you could at least say, oh, that's cool, or this is neat, or, oh, you know, but instead of just saying, oh, I saw that, or you know, that had the dust jacket yesterday, I don't know where it went, I don't know, stuff like that. But this is Call Me If You Get Lost, an album by Tyler, the Creator. So I figured it was worth grabbing. Sadly, again, things get broken and damaged at the bins. When they brought out the glassware, they wheel it really fast over, like kind of like the speed hump thing, and you hear the glass jumping and smashing. It's like they don't want us to buy anything. It's like saying, you know, it's basically what Goodwill has done, essentially, is basically said, you've taken advantage of us for so long that we're getting you back. That's pretty much how every store is. They want to nickel and dime you for every little thing. By the way, this was $1.29 for this one, no cover. It has absolutely zero value, but I just want to listen to it, that's all. And this inner sleeve here, this came out of some other kind of record set that was missing. It was some sort of, I don't know, Columbia, or I don't know what it was. It was one of those junk labels. I got one other thing here, and the guy said, my friend said, oh yeah, that was there yesterday. Well, I don't believe it was there yesterday because it was in a relative new bin. Unless somebody moved it elsewhere, they threw it back and brought it back out, which they might be doing, but I don't see anything that I recognize coming back out twice. But anyway, we have Trolls World Tour, original motion pictures. Oh, well, I don't really look at that. I don't care for that. It's not. Again, he could be a little bit more positive there. I just picked it up because it's a really neat, you know, I don't know, it's some sort of clear vinyl of some kind. But it's not, you know, Trolls, you know, doing like, icky songs, or I mean, just creepy, kid songs or whatever. Unfortunately, again, it's damaged there in the spine here. So if I was to sell that, I could probably get, I was lucky, and they said, oh, you have 2 albums, so they didn't count the extra one. So that was good. Well, it was late at night. But again, there's songs by all kinds of people. The other side, I don't know if these were created for the film, because I've never seen Trolls. Do I ever really want to? But it's the soundtrack. So somebody in Justin Timberlake. There's a bunch of, combination type of people. Born to Die, Kelly Clarkson. Leaving Lonesome Flats by Dierks Bentley. Rock and Roll Blues by Haim and Ludwig. Let's see, we got Rainbows, Unicorns, and Everything Nice. Walt Dorn, Joseph Shirley. Again, I don't know half of these people. Those could be people that, created the music and not really sang it or whatever. Rachel Bloom, Rock You Like a Hurricane. Who knows? But anyway, I thought it was kind of a cool enough one there, so figured might as well grab it. It's not that old. It's 2020. Anytime I can find a recent record that I can test and listen to see if I like the music. But my friend said, oh yeah, I found a whole bunch of Taylor Swift the other day. I mean, rub it in, dude. Why don't you? Really? That's what a lot of people do, is rub it in. There's a lot of people, look what I got, look what I got. And then, so I got a couple records that don't have any value, essentially. I don't know what Trolls are worth in that condition. There's actually a scratch on one of the records there, so it might have slipped out. There's some, I don't know, Brother postcards. I don't know what these are for. I don't know if these are for sewing or what they are. Probably some sort of patterns postcards. I really don't know. They were just postcards, so I just said, you know what, we grab them. One last thing here. I think this is the last thing here. The most ridiculous thing I bought, and this is Trump Book of Insults. It's a coloring book here, an adult coloring book by M.G. Anthony, author of the best-selling Trump coloring book. No idea. People thought it was funny, but they wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. Then everybody got I just threw this in here. That's kind of a joke there. I'll get to that in a minute here. Everybody just, threw their politics and told me who I should vote for and all these fun things there. And I said, okay, that's great. So not really a fun time at the store. You're going through and trying to find things. I'm not trying to find collectibles anymore. I'm trying to find usable things. I just don't have anything to color with right now, so I figured, you know what, maybe this would take me a long time, regardless of what kind of dumb things are in there. It just takes me an awful long time to color that. So give me something to do, and then I can recycle it when I'm done with it, and that will take care of that. But I threw this in here. I get ideas from YouTubers here, and one of them collects a lot of vintage advertising. This is from 1994, and this no longer exists here. I don't know if it's still a chain anymore. There was a Skipper's seafood restaurant that I've eaten at numerous times back in the day with my family. I believe it's Skipper's Seafood Combo, $2.99. So 15-piece shrimp basket, 2-piece fish plate, English style fish and original. These prices are not going to happen. Add another 1 or a 2 to those in front of that. $22.99 or $33.49 or even $12.99. I'm not really sure. These are coupons. These are from 1994 Skippers, and then this one has baked fish plate there. It looks like a small little deal there. Enjoy a scrumptious lunch-sized filet, baked tender whitefish, served with your choice of baked potato or fries, plus coleslaw, corn muffin, baked broiled entrees. I don't know why Skipper disappeared. I'm not sure what it is. I think it actually might be a pot store now, and just about every other, building that hadn't been utilized in the longest time is a pot store in town. I am so sick of pot stores. I don't want to get politically in. It doesn't matter what you say, you're just always going to offend or bother somebody. It's just really kind of, can't really say anything without somebody getting irate about it. One time I did, and I got my head chopped off. I didn't mean to say anything. I just said, oh, hey, you guys having fun or something to that fact. And he said, hey, this is a serious thing. Had something serious happen, and you're treating it all like junk. And I was like, well, you come off as like Mr. Not Serious every time. The only one time you're serious, you didn't let me know you were being serious. So that's all it was. There's a water under the bridge. But it was an awful lot of water. So, like I said, mail today was like 1 postcard or something ridiculous. I got a couple of TTMs. I'm not sure I got those. I thought I showed them the previous video. I don't have them right now. One was Tom Filer, and I put the cards away. I don't know if I've saved the footage there. Nothing for the Caleb's. Somebody had said that they had gotten some cards back from Caleb's project. I don't know how that's even possible. I don't know if anybody's really sent any cards yet. I think I sent about 4 cards so far. I found some. I had done the letters a while back ago, but I've never mailed them out. And I said, you know what, now's a chance to get them mailed out. So I marked the back of the envelope. I think I did on the return envelope 90, because I'm Team 90s, and I figured that would get me to where I needed to be. Whether they come back in time or not, I don't know when the even contest even really ends, but essentially what I've done is sent, I think, about maybe 5 requests total. I don't really have a lot of postage or cards that I can send out right now. I have to do a ton of research. I mean, I do have lots of cards, but I have to do a mountain of research. So really nothing much here. Black Friday is come and gone, but there was one more opportunity. I got yet another email from one of these photo places that I've been buying from. It says, oh, but we saw you on our website. We're still running our deals. I said, you know what, might as well just do, I know, I don't want to see them ever again. But so I picked out 2 more photographs for like $6 or $7 a piece, I don't remember, $6.50 a piece or something like that. I said, okay, I'm done. I will wait for all those to come in, and then I will, I just wanted to get basically a big head start on my collection, and then what I want to do is take my time for all the rest of them. I just, like I said, I wanted to have some stuff that I can show, because the pictures will come in fairly quickly, whereas the COMC stuff, or COMC, will not be coming in until the end of the year, unfortunately. So other than whatever dribs of mail that are coming in, the last bits of postcards, what have you, I'm really not going to have a lot to share with you. But again, it was really cool to find all those. There was lots of other little bits and pieces, looked like pieces like Cobra Commander and stuff. I couldn't tell. And I thought these were the rip-off ones, but I said, even if they're not the rip-off ones, I'll just grab them. They're going to weigh very little. I just don't find G.I. Joe stuff anymore. There's like dozens of people that are going there for every single thing. So there's people that are book collectors. There's people that go to the bins for their glass collectors. So all the Pyrex gets disappeared. People used to loathe the glass, but now glass has a huge premium of value. Everything. There's all kinds of antique mall dealers there. So just a regular person buying stuff for themselves has absolutely no chance. I had a bin all to myself for the clothing. And then when they bought the last one in, a whole swarm of kids came over and grabbed darn near everything out of that bin there, and I was left holding the bag. Nothing. Absolutely crazy. I just need to instill some rules for some of these young kids that are just, and then when people get into their rows, people are squeezing into every little single spot. There are people that are, I don't want to say what's going on, but there's people used to squeezing into small spots. They just really have that instilled in them. They know how to get in there and grab the stuff. And then when you're trying to grab stuff and you're watching this way and that way, you're all distracted, and then you miss whatever you're trying to grab. And then what's really frustrating is that I found a bunch of books that I wanted to look at, and then somebody throws this huge wooden Lazy Susan on top of it. And what people do is, and all the dumb kids, they throw all the clothes back in the other bins instead of throwing them back in the clothes, because they don't want to look at them 2 or 3 times. They have no regard for anybody else. And then I'm sitting there throwing great heaps of clothes, all the while I should be looking at merchandise for my stuff instead of having to do other people's jobs. The Goodwill employees, a lot of them just don't have a lot of energy or pep, and so they're just and they're just working, and then sometimes they see stuff and throw it this way and that way, and it's just really a crazy set of circumstances there. So, like I said, and I don't even do any videos in there anymore. I don't even take any pictures. There's no reason to. There really is no reason to. Some of the bins were quite empty. They'll bring out a bin, and all it is the empty totes that all the stuff was donated in. And then there's no lids. They're all dirty and gross. I'm like, oh, this is stupid. Why do I want to do this to myself? And then every once in a while I find a bunch of Hot Wheels or G.I. Joe stuff that makes it worthwhile, semi-worthwhile. But I don't have really anything that I am currently selling or have anything that I can throw my money back in. I don't find stuff to flip for anymore. There just isn't. You see this picture of Atari cartridges on the screen? That's from the old days. That's when you would find games in the old days. But they have a sign that says if you find video game cartridges, but guess what? Video game cartridges do not come out to the store because they go all to the online. So the customers sort through everything and they don't give you very much anymore in the donates. Then everything is being sorted at another facility towards Portland or whatever, and so all the leftovers get dumped over here, and then whatever gets donated over here, it gets sorted through yet again for the online or whatever, you know, a glass case or the higher priced items need to go elsewhere. And it's really difficult when you're having half the items at double the price and double the customers. It's not a fun scenario, but I don't have anywhere else I can go to. All my favorite stores, my coin shop is closed, FYE is closed, the antique store that I used to go to all the time, they closed, and there's dozens of other stores that have closed. And other than Walmarts and Targets and Dollar Trees, which haven't been getting stuff in regularly like I like to look at, the sports cards and whatever, I don't really feel like shopping anywhere else. It's just a pain. I don't like to go to the building supply store very often, the Home Goods, not Home Goods, what's it called, Habitat for Humanity, because even though they have stuff, it doesn't get in very often. Then there's like another thrift store down the road that has 25-cent CDs and 25-cent VCR tapes and dollar movies, but I don't get down there very often, and it's everybody says, oh, don't go down there, always picked over. So I don't, you know, it's a difficult task trying to find anything. And the two little local thrift stores that I have here, they're all good and well, but I've looked at some of the stuff time and again. They always get new stuff in, but it's not enough. It doesn't change enough for me to warrant to go in there and look at the same stuff over and over again. So that's pretty much what I have for you. I'm sorry I'm not really positive in this video, but I just do what I can. Hope you enjoyed that. Let me know if you're finding anything or not finding anything, if my records are worth anything. I don't know. I'll maybe listen to them right now, and I really need a soda of any kind very, very bad, but I'm not going to go to the store at 10:15. So thank you for watching.